This is USA News Hub, the heart of American sports. Subscribe for power, passion, and champions. What happens when competition turns into camaraderie? What happens when rivals cheer louder for each other than for themselves? At the Australian Open 2026, Coco Gauff just revealed something powerful. She wants Amanda Anisimova to win her next match. Not because of rankings. Not because of stats. But because something bigger is happening inside American women's tennis. And right now, the USA is quietly taking over Melbourne. A tournament telling a new American story. The Australian Open 2026 isn't just about champions, it's about patterns. And one pattern has become impossible to ignore. American women are everywhere. Coco Gauff is already through to the quarterfinals. Jessica Pegula and Madison Keys are on a collision course. And Amanda Anisimova is knocking on the door of the final 8. If Anisimova beats Wang Xinyu in Melbourne, then half of the quarterfinalists at the first Grand Slam of the season will be from the United States of America. That's not coincidence, that's a movement. United States Gauff and Anisimova. Parallel paths. Different moments. Coco Gauff and Amanda Anisimova represent two sides of the same American resurgence. Gauff, already a Grand Slam champion, global icon, and world number 3. Anisimova, once a teenage prodigy, now rebuilding, refocused, and dangerous again. Both are thriving in Melbourne. Both are smiling on court. And both are pushing each other forward, even when they're not playing the same match. Trophy Gauff's confidence in Melbourne. Coco Gauff arrived at the Australian Open 2026 with questions swirling around her consistency. She answered them calmly. Her fourth-round victory over Karolina Muchova wasn't just about surviving 3 sets. 6-1, 3-6, 6-3, it was about control, the composure, the physicality, the maturity, and afterward, Gauff sounded less like a stressed contender, and more like a leader. Microphone the question that revealed everything. After defeating Muchova, Gauff was asked if she was aware of the growing American presence in the draw, and why it might be happening. Her response was instant. Yeah, I'm definitely aware of it, because you see them every day, and we're all rooting for each other. That sentence tells you everything. This isn't rivalry. This is shared purpose. Handshake, we're all rooting for each other. That one line represents a cultural shift inside American women's tennis. Years ago, success felt isolated, lonely, individual. Now, they train together. They practice together. They push each other every single day. I think it's cool, Gauff added. Simple words. Big meaning. Stadium A pattern years in the making. Coco wasn't surprised by this moment, because she's seen it coming. I think I was mainly aware of it last year when we were at the WTA finals. She remembered the numbers clearly. I think it was 4 out of the 8 were Americans. 4 Americans. On the biggest indoor stage of the season. That wasn't luck. That was momentum. Droplet, I don't know what's in the water. Then Coco Gauff laughed and delivered the line everyone loved. I don't know what's in the water, but I think we have a strong, tennis identity in United States. That identity matters. It's built on physicality, athleticism, mental toughness, high-level competition from a young age. And when that identity repeats itself year after year, it produces champions. Tennis, the power of environment. Gauff went deeper, and this may have been her most insightful point. When you have friends and people you practice with being at a high level, if you're not at that level yet, you know that you can reach there. That's culture. You don't dream the level. You see it every day. Amanda Anisimova sees Coco Gauff doing it. Young players see Pegula doing it. Future stars see Keys doing it. And suddenly, belief becomes normal. Glowing star, why Amanda Anisimova matters so much. Amanda Anisimova's story is different. Her career hasn't followed a straight line. She's dealt with expectations, with breaks, with doubts. But in Melbourne 2026, she looks refreshed. She just defeated fellow American Peyton Stearns, confidently, decisively, and now she faces Wang Sinyut. If she wins, history is made. Bar chart the stat that shocks the tennis world. With an Anisimova win, 4 of the 8 quarterfinalists would be American women. The USA would officially dominate the Australian Open draw. A generational statement would be delivered on hard courts. Coco Gauff knows it, and she wants it. Hopefully Amanda can win and we can keep this up. That's not politics. That's pride. Brain competition without jealousy. What makes this moment special is what it isn't. It isn't fear. It isn't insecurity. It isn't ego. Coco Gauff is already through. Anisimova's success doesn't threaten her. Instead, it strengthens the ecosystem. The more Americans succeed, the tougher everyone becomes. Crossed swords, the inevitable sacrifice. Pegula versus Keys. Of course, not every American can advance. Gauff knows this too. Jessica Pegula and Madison Keys are set to clash in the 4th round at Rod Laver Arena. Only one will survive. The same court where Keys defeated Aryna Sabalenka and lifted the 2025 Australian Open title. This isn't just a match, it's a reminder that dominance still requires sacrifice. Stadium pressure on home soil, but unity remains. Even knowing one American must fall, Gauff remained positive. Why? Because wins don't define unity. Culture does. And that culture feels unbreakable right now. United States, a new era of American women's tennis. This isn't Serena and everyone else anymore. This is Coco Gauff, Jessica Pegula, Madison Keys, Amanda Anisimova. A pipeline behind them. Depth is power, and depth is what wins eras. DNA, what makes this generation different. This generation talks openly. They support publicly. They train together without secrecy. There's no gatekeeping, only growth. And Coco Gauff stands at the center of it. Not shouting. Not demanding. Just leading by example. Crystal ball, what comes next for Gauff? While Coco is rooting for Amanda, she knows her own challenges are coming. Potential quarterfinal blockbuster. Rising pressure. Big expectations. But she carries something new now. Balance. Support. Belonging. Purpose beyond herself. Trophy winning together, even when you lose alone. Tennis will always be an individual sport. But moments like this prove something important. You don't have to win alone. Coco Gauff knows that. And for American women's tennis, that might be the biggest advantage of all. Coco Gauff doesn't need Amanda Anisimova to win. But she wants her to. Because every American victory tells a bigger story, a story of belief, of shared identity, of a generation rising, together. And right now in Melbourne, that story is only just beginning. Make sure you subscribe to USA News Hub United States. More breaking news. More powerful stories. More champions. Coming your way. See you soon.